Welcome to MF Tarot. This is going to be a Tarot Quickie pick a card on why am I not getting what I want. This will be the stone for pile number 1. This will be the stone for pile number 2. And this will be the stone for pile number 3. There will be a still frame photo timestamped in the description box below, along with timestamps for the different piles. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. If you are new, welcome to the channel. Please, just a couple of things to keep in mind. This is a general reading, so the energies are not going to be like if you got a specific tarot reading. So just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Don't make it fit your story. It either really resonates or it doesn't. And if it doesn't, it's just not the message for you. You could pick a different pile, or there are other really good readers out there on YouTube also doing YouTube videos, and maybe this video just wouldn't be for you, but since it is general, it's picking up on general energies. It is a timeless reading, so if I recorded this a year ago, it could still be applicable to you today if you were drawn to the reading. And in addition, if other people's energies show up in the reading, keep in mind it can be vice versa. Since it is a general reading, it is more general. So if I say you're doing X, Y, and Z, and it's actually somebody else, and I'm saying somebody else is doing this, and you're actually doing that or feeling that, then just take that as it resonates. Also, please like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. It helps me know as a reader I'm doing a good job. And I'm going to move on to pile number 1. If you pick pile number 1, this quartz stone, this is going to be the reading for you on why am I not getting what I want. I did pre-shuffle this a little bit beforehand, just to make sure that the cards were extra shuffled, but we're going to see what's going on with pile number 1. Why is pile number 1 not getting what they want? Alright, so you are looking for clarity. It's almost like there's a situation that has been confusing that you are desiring a clear understanding of. Maybe, I'm almost getting the sense of maybe hoping that like somebody returns to you to come and give you, to like really tell you what happened so that you could really understand maybe what went wrong in a situation or in a relationship. Yep, I'm seeing you just wanting the truth. It's like you want, it doesn't matter to you if it kind of is an ugly truth, if it kind of is difficult to hear. If it's the truth and the reality of the situation, you know you can work with that. And it's almost like you there's something about like making your dreams a reality, or something that was confusing that you want to bring down to earth. You want to ground it and actually understand what happened there. So you're not getting what you want. What you want, that clarity that you're looking for is not coming because you're expecting that from another person. And there's delays, and this person is feeling frustrated, they're feeling disappointed, they're also unhappy with the way that things fell apart in this situation. And they're not focused on communicating. Like, I've got you wanting communication over here, and what's holding it up? Well, it's that you've got somebody here who doesn't want to communicate. It didn't work. In a way, they're kind of just like, they're disappointed, They would have liked it to go in a different direction. I do think that there were things that they are aware they did not communicate to you, that created this disharmony, this falling apart of the situation. A lack of foundation. Basically, they're aware in their role of not creating a proper foundation for whatever the situation is, but they're disappointed, and it's almost like, so you've got the king energy here, which I view that as representing you, which is a lot more mature energy than the knights that we have showing up right here. And I think that this person is, instead of taking the situation on head on and addressing it in a, I hate to use these words, in a more adult manner, they're behaving, they're perhaps younger than you, or maybe a bit more immature viewpoint on life than what you have, and they're just kind of gonna avoid it. So you know, you're not getting that clarity from them because they don't want to give it. And as for what to do, this is actually a pretty straightforward reading. I mean, what to do in terms of getting what you want. So there is an aspect, there's something to be learned from this situation. So I'm getting this like image of a very roundabout way of getting to a destination. So it's like, say you want something. I'm going to use this as an example. Say you want a relationship. You know, you want a relationship. And you meet somebody and you like them, and instead of holding on to the goal of and standing up for the idea of the relationship that you want, you become focused on that person. And I want that person, instead of I want this kind of a relationship. And so you kind of veer off the course a little bit of achieving your goals, because if that person doesn't match your goals, but you want them, you're not going to get there. So you kind of have to, you're taking a little bit of a detour with this person before you can get to what you want. And so I think that this situation was basically happening in order to highlight, to help you hone what you want. Where you're going to be putting your effort. You know, who you're putting your effort in. How you're putting your effort into things in order for you to have success. Because you know, what you can do to find, to get what you want is to work on one is to kind of fine-tune your perspective a little bit. That there was something to be learned from this situation that is helping you fine-tune and perfect what it is that you were looking for, so that you get out there and you're putting it out there to the world. You're actually investing in things, starting to invest in things that are in alignment with what you're looking for, not as a person, but as an idea, or, you know, just more generally speaking, so that you can actually have success. So, though you're not getting what you want from this person, it's almost like the universe is reshifting your energy into, it's like the universe is shifting your energy into, actually what you do want. So it's kind of like this person wasn't it. You might have thought that they were, whether it was a partner or a relationship or a friendship or whatever the situation is, they weren't the right fit for you. And as a result, you learned, the universe is pushing you to learn more about what you want, so that you actually put your effort into what you want, instead of putting your effort into people that aren't what you want, or situations that aren't what you want, so that you start having a different level of success in your life, a different level of accomplishment. You actually start making the friends, meeting the lovers, having the business opportunities, or whatever it is that actually are successful, because you're learning how to invest your energy into what's actually right for you, because you've honed what you want, and you really know it, and that's the right energy is the only thing you're going to be investing your effort into. Very interesting. So it's kind of like, maybe in this case, not getting what you want is actually a good thing, because this person that you want clarity from isn't actually right for you. And this allows you to move on and actually allow good things to come into your life now, by just letting go and moving on and accepting that you're not going to understand it, but that it wasn't right for you and it's time to move on. Anyway, I hope that helps. This concludes the Tarot Quickie for pile number 1. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment down below if you like the reading. And I'm going to move on to pile number 2. If you picked pile number 2, this stone, I don't know what it is, whatever this stone is, this little leopardy print looking stone, this is going to be the reading for you on why is pile number 2 not getting what they want. This is interesting. This is kind of a deeper reading, what you want, what you currently want. So if this doesn't resonate with you, this won't be the reading for you, but what you want is there's a clarity you're gaining on yourself. One, I think you're kind of changing how you're doing things. Perhaps you've been more analytical in the past, and maybe perhaps disconnected from emotions, and you want to start this new cycle where you're more intuitive, where you're more going with your gut and listening to your internal guidance system, and listening to where you are being guided to go, and maybe even opening up, being vulnerable, opening up, being more emotional with people. You want to start this new cycle. And it's almost like you're ready for it. You know that you may not. You're almost letting go of control in a little bit too. In a way, I'm sorry, I'm having trouble talking today. Letting go of control, but also trusting in the universe and God to just allow what you want to come to you. There's a lot of transformation that I'm feeling happening here. Also, there's a feeling of like wanting things to turn in your favor. So maybe you've been having a little bit of a hard time, and you've been managing as best as you can to stay hopeful through it. But you're also just kind of like, when is it all gonna turn in my favor and, ease up a little bit, go, where I'll know the way forward, and I'll be able to accomplish what I want to accomplish. What's preventing you from getting what you want is a lack of grounding. So you're also overwhelmed. You're overwhelmed. There's too much going on. Too much to juggle, overwhelmed. And I think that there's also a little bit of an internal battle going on here between like wrangling your emotions. You may have a tendency to suppress or compartmentalize how you're feeling. To do that because, maybe you need a break from it, from feeling overwhelmed, but you're going back and forth between suppressing these emotions and then, like, in an odd way, allowing them to come out but you're using, this sounds weird, this is going to sound worse than I mean it, you're kind of using them to dictate how other people are behaving. So you're either kind of suppressing them, or they're coming out and you're using them as justification for why you're right and why people should listen to you, in a way. Like, I don't know how that resonates. I don't really have a really good example for that, but that's just what came into my mind. Where you're stalling this evolution, because instead of letting your intuition or your emotions or your vulnerability flow, you're going back and forth between suppressing it and expressing it, but using it to kind of control others. I'm also getting a little bit of a dynamic here of like maybe trying traditional methods with regards to this new cycle you're moving into, but I'm not sure that they exactly work for you. The established way isn't, it's kind of like, well, I'm going to do my thing, but then I'm going to learn about what this person says, but then I want to do my thing. And it's distracting you from finding your thing. It's not that it's making it take longer. This is a process that is going to take the amount of time it needs to take. So it's not that it's taking longer. It's just that it will take longer if you just keep swinging back and forth. I don't know how this is going to resonate with you. Let me know. I hope this resonates. What you can do in the meantime, in order to get what you want, to get through this, to get to this new cycle, you have got to let go of control. Let go of control. Also, let go of controlling people as well. Because the people who are not confident in themselves, who run based off of insecurity or ego, who act like they know what they're talking about, their word is the end-all be-all, except they don't really have the experience to back it up. This could also be you behaving this way too, because this is going twofold, I'm feeling. But those kind of people are only going to trigger an ego reaction in you, which then you respond in the same way that they're treating you, in a very egotistical manner, controlling an egotistical manner, and it creates conflicts that create more problems in your life than are necessary. So this is kind of coming to terms, I think, with the way perhaps your ego, maybe you're kind of experiencing an ego death in a way, where you're ceasing to function through the lens of the ego and starting to move towards functioning through your intuition. But once, it's almost like choosing, it doesn't matter if you're right. It doesn't matter. You're no longer going to engage in the conflict with other controlling people. You're just going to let it go. Because you end up carrying their burdens by doing that. And that prevents you from emotionally going on this emotional intuitive journey, because one, you're overloaded with other people's energy, and two, you're overloaded with other people's emotions. So that makes it even more difficult for you to really understand and learn about your own way of guiding yourself and how you're feeling and what is right for you. So this is basically either it's time to walk away from people who are very controlling in your life, because that will also help you walk away from your own controlling tendencies, because I did see that a little bit here. Or it's just time not to engage in it. If there's people you can't get away from, like maybe you've got kids and they try to be controlling and you're like, oh, I'm the parent here. What are you doing? And it's not like you can leave them. They're your children. But you cannot engage in the ego battle. You can let it go. Don't let yourself get worked up about it. Don't try to control whether or not they're egotistical or not. Just let it go. Well, this concludes the reading for pile number 2. I hope you liked it. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment down below if you like the reading. It helps me know as a reader that I'm doing a good job. I'm going to move on to pile number 3. If you picked pile number 3, this greenish stone, this is going to be the reading for you on why can't I get what I want. I did pre-shuffle the cards a little bit beforehand. I'm just going to give it a couple of extra shuffles. Let's see, for pile number 3, why can't pile number 3 get what they want? I read pile number 3, so I'm about to go, I cannot talk today. I apologize, I've been stumbling and stammering over my words, and I'm probably going to continue to do so bear with me. In terms of what you want, if what I'm about to say does not resonate with you, then this is not going to be the reading for you. But you're kind of looking to release some burdens. Like, you want to have some fun. Well, not only do you want to have fun, but you want to create, and you want to have fun creating what you want, the life you want to live. And you want to break out of this feeling of, like, disempowerment. I can see finances tied to this a little bit, almost like you've struggled to create abundance for yourself, financial abundance, and you really want to. It's almost like your confidence is tied to that in some manner, where the fact that you haven't been able to create the financial security or stability that you want, that's hitting your confidence. And you're aware of this, but you want to break free of it. Like, you want to really feel fulfilled. You really want to have fun. You want to feel freedom, you know? And maybe that can be also freedom, from financial issues, freedom from maybe controlling, manipulative people, freedom, just free. You want to be free to be you and do what you want and create what you want. Oh, that was reversed. So the issue with that right now, where you're feeling a little bit blocked in terms of achieving that freedom, is it appears perhaps friendships, believe it or not. I don't think, you may not have a lot of people to actually go out with right now. We've been in challenging times, and I've known quite a few people, especially the very spiritually minded people, who have been cutting out friendships and relationships that they realize are one-sided. Or relationships where they've been giving to people and that person is not giving back to them. And they've been, this year, really reducing the amount of relationships they've had, because as they cut these people out, they haven't had the chance to quite go and establish a new group of supportive people. Well, these people they're cutting out are not supportive. The people that are going are not supportive people. You want them to be supportive. You want to be able to go out and have fun, but it's like the friend group you're used to having, the friends and family, they take from you and they don't give anything in return, or they give something and there's like a cost to it, like, I'm going to help you out. I'm gonna here, I'll give you this money, but I'm going to talk bad about you to everybody else. I'm gonna shame you to your face. I'm gonna tell you you're weak and you can't handle it. Like, there's a cost to everything. and a negativity. Almost like these people are so wrapped up in themselves that they aren't even aware of how their behavior is actually affecting you or other people. And you're just done. You're very, very much done with people who aren't in a reciprocal relationship with you. It's interesting because I think there's also an element of you want some kind of support right now. You are going through it. You're going through it. You're trying to break through this cycle, this dark place you're in where you aren't going where you want to go, and you're trying to break out of it, but it's almost like you want support, and that's part of the problem, is that you have to do it on your own. Some of that is because your support network can't support you. So you're slowing your own progress by wanting people to help you that aren't actually able to. And, you know, it's one thing if you're going to somebody and you're asking them for help and they can't give it. They've got stuff going on and they're like, you know what, I'm really sorry, I can't help you with this, I've got too much going on. But you know what, this is what I can do, or how about I talk to you on Tuesday, or, you know, whatever. This is what I do have to offer, but I'm sorry I can't help with that specific thing. That's still supportive. Hey, you got this. You can do this. I'm not talking about that kind of situation. I'm talking about people who, you know, you call and you're like, hey, I'm having a hard time, and they just want to talk about themselves, and they interrupt you, and they don't want to listen to your story, or they get mad at you because you're having a hard time. Or they, you know, tell you what they think you should do when you're like, I'm not asking you about that. I'm asking about, how about a hug? How about a you can do it? And it's preventing you from getting to that freedom because you're kind of needing something instead of wanting it from these people. You're kind of needing it, which creates a different dynamic. And if you want it and you don't get it, you're like, that's okay, so-and-so's got enough going on, that's cool. But needing it is a little bit different. Advice for how to get what you want, how to get this sense of freedom. This is really interesting. I think that this is a lot. I'm feeling a little bit like you may need to be alone for a little bit. It's like you like to enjoy yourself. You like to enjoy your alone time. You feel very happy. So do something that is very fulfilling by yourself. You know, whether you've got a hobby, or you like to read, or you like to play video games. Well, maybe not that, because you may be playing with other people. This is about being by yourself. Excuse me. And like relishing in the time alone, feeling, you know, like snuggle up with a blanket and watch a movie and drink some hot chocolate by yourself kind of thing, where you're just enjoying the moment with yourself, because that is going to give you the supportive energy that you need. Alright, so to get to this freedom, you're going to have to break out of your own past trauma. And I think it's getting aggravated right now. And you don't have a strong support system. In fact, the support system's probably been built in the old mindset that was determined by past trauma. So they're not going to be helpful, because that's what you're breaking out of that. And so while it gets a little rocky, while things are changing, just hang out by yourself. Be wary of people coming back to you from your past. I would say, especially, that's a specific message for somebody watching this, because you want freedom. And somebody could potentially be coming back that is they don't have good intentions, and they're there to restrict your freedom. They're not they're there to create drama. They're there to create drama, and more than likely I see you saying, nah, I'm good. I'm happy on my own. Thanks. I like spending time by myself. I'm good. I'm good. And that seems to be a start for you in terms of really starting to believe that you can have this freedom that you want, because you're starting to stand up for it instead of needing other people to help you feel better. You're doing it on your own, and it sends a clear message out in terms of the land of manifesting that you want your freedom. You want to. It's telling you want to have fun. You want out of these icky situations. You're ready. It's telling the universe you're ready by saying no to the things that represent this past icky energy that you're moving out of. You're saying, I'm ready. I'm ready to get what I want. By the way, this is the wish card, so make a wish. If you are watching this and this reading is resonating, it's time for you to get what you want. And when you start getting what you want, you're going to have people who aren't good for you coming in trying to get a piece of that. And I see you saying no, because you understand this. I understand this dynamic now that has held me in the past. You know, where I've been so starved for support because I've been the one giving it to everybody. And then when I finally ask for it, these people who are supposed to care about me don't give it. And in fact are mean about it. It's not like they're saying, hey, I'm sorry, I'm tired, or I don't feel good, or I'm too stressed out today, I can't help you today. You know, but I can a little bit later, or why don't I just give you a call just to check in on you, just to make sure you're okay. Here's what I can offer. Instead, they're just like, who are you? Like, how dare you? They try to make you the bad guy. There's all this weird, manipulative, weird stuff. That's something that's coming from your past. I think that's also connected to you it's connected to everything. Your past. And you're moving on from it. And the final stage, you'll start to get what you want. And these people are going to come back who aren't good for you. And you're going to say no. And you're going to, I'm fine on my own, thank you. I don't need your help. No thank you. And you're not even going to go into, well, where were you when you did this? You're just, no, I'm good. I'm happy in my life, thank you. No thank you. But, I wish you well. Bye. And that's what it's going to be. And there's going to be freedom in that, because you're not going to have relationships dragging you down. This feels very complicated. I'm not sure if I'm correctly articulating how big of a deal this is for you. How you are breaking out of this icky place you're in. And things are really going to change. And the first sign you'll know when things are changing, because you'll start getting a little bit of what you want, and these people from the past are going to come back. Family members, friends, lovers, whatever. They're going to come back. They're going to try to come back in. And if they don't line up 100% with, we'll say 90, because this is a 9. We'll say if they don't line up 90% with what you want, then they got to go. They're not coming back in. You're not letting that old, stanky energy come in and drag you back down to where you just grew out of. You're not going to let that happen. Well, good luck to you, pile number 3. This was a great reading. If you like the reading, please like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. It helps me know as a reader I'm doing a good job. And thank you guys for watching. I will see you next time.